Hello YouTube, I'm Dr. Van Hoff, and today we're going to talk all about the MCAT. What is it? What's on it? 6 hours and 15 minutes pay.
And they warned you every single time you go into...
What are you doing? Shh. Don't be scared.
And what to actually expect on test day for you. But first, if you're new here, of course, please subscribe, like it, comment below, and tell us your experience of taking the MCAT.
So, what is the MCAT? It stands for Medical College of Admissions Test. It's used by all medical schools across the country as an admissions process. It helps filter. There's even other professional schools that use the MCAT, like podiatry. It's administered by the AAMC, which I will link below. I got a lot of my information from them. So, what is on it? The format of the MCAT is broken into 4 sections. Section 1 is Biological and Chemical Foundation. This includes biology, inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry,
biochemistry, cellular and molecular biology.
The section has 59 questions and lasts for 95 minutes. Section 2 is Chemical and Physical Foundations. This includes everything that we just said before and also has an emphasis in physics. Again, 59 questions, 95 minutes, same as the last section. Section 3 is a new one that was implemented in 2015 and it's
Psychological, social, biological foundations relating to mental processes.
Again, 95 minutes, 59 questions. Now we'll get to the 4th section in just a second. The 4th section is a little bit different than the others. So I wanted to talk about how exactly they're going to test these first 3, what kind of questions is on there. According to the AAMC, they test knowledge and scientific concepts and principles, scientific reasoning and problem solving, reasoning about the design and execution of research, and data-based and statistical reasoning. Basically, all that really means is they're a mix-up of a whole bunch of different types of questions, and I'm going to break that down for you. The first type of question that you're going to see is memorization, and this is straight up, you have to know the information from your basic sciences. So for example, saying glycolysis, kinase enzymes create ATP in the process, and then you would know phosphoryl pyruvate is converted to pyruvate by phosphokinase. But let's be honest, who knows that anyway? Other ways it may test you is that it may take a concept of a basic science and apply that to a question. This is going to go a little bit beyond just the memorization. You will actually have to understand the foundations of the concept and apply that to get the question right. Another way it may test you according to the AAMC is it may give you a graph or research study. And all the information you ever need to answer the question is already in the question stem. You simply, impossibly, need to extrapolate certain data and apply that to the question to get it right. Now going on to the 4th section, this is the final section of the MCAT, and it's critical analysis and reasoning. This one's only 90 minutes long. I say only, that's only 5 minutes. Not going to make any difference to you at that point, but it's also just 53 questions. This is going to test your comprehension, analysis, and reasoning by reading entire passages, understanding that passage, and then it's going to ask you questions relating to that passage. Passages usually contain content from ethics or healthcare or philosophy and just a wide range of social sciences or humanities. So that's an in-depth look at what exactly is the MCAT, what's on it, and how they're going to test you. So now I want to talk about what you as a test taker should expect on game day. For myself and most other people who took the MCAT at that point, that is the longest test we'd ever taken. It's 6 hours and 15 minutes. After medical school, you may laugh at that comment, but it is hard, it is long, and it is important for your future. So don't take it lightly. I spent on average an additional 20 hours a week preparing for the MCAT. This is on top of my undergrad studies. I made flashcards that I took with me everywhere. I even had some in my cup holder, so if I was at a red light or something, I had just a few seconds, I would maybe just do a couple flashcards. And then on test day, for me, it was at a local college. They're at Prometric sites, so it can be on top of a business, but don't worry, it's quiet. You're not going to be hearing dogs barking as you're taking the test or something like that, no. You leave your stuff in a locker and they wand you every single time you go into the testing area. Throughout the day you get 3 breaks. 2 10-minute breaks after the first section and after the third section, and then 1 30-minute break that you use as a lunch essentially after the second section. Highly suggest you take these breaks and don't just try to power through it. And during the break, don't think about the test. I remember for me, I kind of started falling behind a little bit on one of my sections. And then during the break, I remember thinking about it a lot. And then the following section that I took was critical analysis and reasoning. And subsequently, it was my worst subject. So don't worry about it in the breaks. Just clear your mind, try to decompress, and get ready to dominate that next section. Now, they make you sign a waiver at the end of the test saying that you're not going to disclose any of the information that's on here or recreate any of the questions, anything like that. So I obviously am not going to do anything like that. However, I will simply say everything on the test were things that I had prepared for, principles that I recognized. So there wasn't anything out of like left field that I was just totally blown away by. After the test for me, I remember thinking back of multiple different questions and trying to look up different things, but honestly, I felt like I gave it my best shot. It turned out that I scored pretty average on it, but good enough to get into medical school. So even if you're nervous with an average test score, you absolutely can get into medical school. So tell me your experience or fears leading up to the test in the comments below. I'll help you as best as I can. And of course, like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.